Hey gang. Okay, so today is Wednesday, 113. Today we're going to talk about actioning your script. We've done our beats. So, what is actioning? Actioning is a method of using transitive verbs such as to convince to each line of your monologue or scene. The method gives the work more nuance, direction, and energy. So, how do we break that down? Okay, so the purpose of this is to find the intent for why you're saying these lines. Now that you have your beats, you need to see how to deliver the line. The intent behind each beat will determine how you say it. So, for example, to frighten is different than to antagonize. If you were to say the line, I know what you are doing, with the intent to frighten, it will sound different than if you say it with the intent to antagonize. So, listen up. I know what you're doing. That's to frighten. To antagonize would be, I know what you're doing. All right, so now that we've gotten that down, how do we find action words? Well, honestly, you can Google action words for acting and find a whole bunch, but I have included a list that should work for what you need it to. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's look at the script itself. So I was not able to get my document camera to work today, so I had to do it the old-fashioned way. The old-fashioned way meaning I wrote everything down and now that's all you're looking at. But if you notice, I have put in here different things. One is the first line is to notify, then to oppose, then to scold, then to unburden and pontificate, to lecture, to insinuate, to accept. These are my actions for each of these lines. Now, I may say it this way and decide I don't like it. And then I would go and change it, find another action word that I think maybe makes more sense. But I'm going to try it this way. So if I'm going to say this line, I'm not going to let you hurt me, Nora, as if I was notifying her. And that would sound like this. I'm not going to let you hurt me, Nora. I'm not going to let you tell me that I don't love you or that I haven't tried to give you as much as I gave Lori. That's notifying. Now we want to oppose. God knows I'm not perfect because enough angry people in this house told me so tonight. Now I'm opposing her. But I am not going to be a doormat for all the frustrations and unhappiness that you or Aunt Kate or anyone else wants to lay at my feet. I did not create this universe. I do not decide who lives and dies, or who's rich or poor, or who feels loved and who feels deprived. If you feel cheated that Lori gets more than you, then maybe I feel cheated that I had a husband who died at 36. And if you keep on feeling that way, you'll end up like me, with something much worse than loneliness or helplessness, and that's self-pity. Believe me, there is no leg that's twisted or bent that is more crippling than a human being who thrives on his own misfortunes. I am sorry, Nora, that you feel unloved, and I will do everything I can to change it. Except apologize for it. I'm tired of apologizing. All right. So I didn't finish, but mainly because I lost my place. But the point being is, I found two things. Number one, I found a beat I missed. I don't know if you caught it. If not, go back and listen to it. It was a beat that I put in because I moved from scolding to unburdening. I ended my scolding when I said, I feel cheated that I had a husband who died at 36. I added a beat there unintentionally, but it makes it work. So I'm going to go back and put that in now. And then I went to unburden because now I'm unburdening myself and I'm trying to help her in the process. And if you keep on feeling that way, you'll end up like me with something much worse than loneliness or helplessness. So that's kind of what you're doing. At any time, if you try a word, and I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of those words on that list that I included with your stuff, a lot of those words are words you don't know. I mean, you may know some of them, but you're not going to know all of them. Don't be afraid to look them up if you don't know them. Look them up, because a lot of them are words that's what you're trying to do. You just don't know the right word for it. So make sure that you look up those words and see what they mean. That's gonna help you so much. The more you know, the easier this is. So hopefully that helped you in some way. I'm so sorry that my document camera wasn't working, but hopefully this picture does it justice. And as far as performing, you just have to find the intent behind your line, and that is what you're actioning. And we call it actioning because we want you to have action, to have intent, to have somewhere to go. Don't just sit there. Acting is action. I'm just going to leave you with that. All right. Okay, guys, it's time for you to go do this on your own. If you have any questions, ask your fabulous teacher, or me. Well, ask your fabulous teacher if you're not my student, because then that would kind of be weird if you didn't. Okay, I'm tired. It's time to go home. Have a great day, guys. See you later.